You let me shoot him. Never shot anybody before today, and now I've gone and shot my boyfriend. I mean, my ex-boyfriend. Ex in more ways than one, I suppose. Oh, God. I killed him. I really killed him. I can't believe he's dead. I can't... Still, I pulled the trigger. The choice was mine. I could have let him live. Now he's dead, and the only memories I have are of him begging for his life. I need to find the people who steered Isaac wrong. The people who were really responsible. Neelius, Dorsey, and Liberty Buchanan. Will you help me find them? You can count on my guns every step of the way. Of course. Good. You've got yourselves a bargain, Rangers. We should go after Neelius Dorsey first. Isaac said he headed west into the mountains. No doubt he plans to hole up at one of the old resorts from before the bombs fell. I don't think we're ready to face him yet, though. Neelius will be dug in, I expect, and he'll have all his best people with him. He only left behind the expendables in the garden.
I thought she said she was gonna follow orders, not give them.
For now, we should head back to the sheriff.
Job clearing out those sons of bitches. I'd help. When the sheriff tells you to man a spot, you man the spot.
How's the family?
Shut your hole. I knew you slept with my wife.
Hey, slow down. I can't do this. Got bedroom issues. Flagpole don't stand.
Goddamn Gippers cut off our oil supply. That's our only source of power.
Bet this is all Joe's fault.
This is Corporal Gonzalez at Ranger Command. Who am I speaking with?
This is Rosie Wong at the Sands Lux Apartments. The tap water's brown again.
That's not really our department, Miss Wong. Can I,
Then you go arrest whose department it is. I'm trying to run a business here. My tenants have a right to clean water.
I think we should pull...
I like your style, Rangers. I asked for a favor, and you came through for me. No more Dorseys in my city, and everybody can walk out their doors again without getting shot. Some of my marshals weren't too sure about you, but I see now that they were dead wrong. Old Saul always knows best. Damn right. It's in all our interests to keep this city safe. Now, before I forget, let me introduce you to Hope Emerson. She heard all about you coming to town, and she wants to join up. Ain't that right, Hope?
Pleasure's mine, Rangers. Ran the lockup in a little town called Amity on Colorado's eastern border. Figured I could do the same thing for you at your HQ, assuming you'll be arresting people now and then.
Amity got flattened by the scar collectors a while back, so Hope came west. Been trying to get her to join the marshals ever since, but she keeps turning me down flat. We have some differences when it comes to crime and punishment. But that aside, she's smart, honorable, and should be an asset to your organization.
No problem. I'll be here.
So, back to business. Did you find out how the Dorseys got into town? Well, since you already dealt with Isaac, let's concentrate on Brago. I'll never understand why the patriarch let that rat set up shop here. Been nothing but trouble, so him making a deal with the Darcys doesn't surprise me in the least. In fact, I had a hunch he might be involved, so I sent my best man over to his nightclub, the Little Vegas, to search for a connection. Haven't heard back from him, though, and I'm a little worried. Say, what if I asked you Rangers to go to Little Vegas and check up on him? And if you happen to find proof that Brygo helped the Darcys while you're there, well, feel free to cuff the bastard and haul him in. Take down Brygo for me, and I'll make sure your HQ gets the best-equipped armory this side of the Rockies. Guns, ammo, armor, the whole shebang. The marshal I sent to the Little Vegas is named Delgado. Family man and the best inspector I've got. Keep him safe, and I'll owe you another favor. Always a pleasure, Rangers.
Thanks for talking to me, Rangers. And I'm grateful to Daisy for the introduction. I hope I can be of some use to you. Are you looking for someone to run your brig? Certainly. What do you want to know? No. And the people who do are usually sickos who get off on bossing around convicts and making them squirm, right? Well, that's not me. I promise you. I became a jailer after getting locked up myself when I was a kid and seeing the job done wrong. We expect the law to be fair, from arrest to trial to sentence, but too many people forget that incarceration is part of the process. A big part, and often the least fair. People in jail are there to learn from their mistakes. In a bad jail, all they learn is to mistrust the law and fear their fellow man. I want to make your jail a good jail, where everyone is treated fairly, regardless of their crime, and everyone has a chance to improve themselves. It's not there anymore. Scar collectors rolled through and took everybody they could catch for slaves. Then they burned the place to the ground. I led a caravan of survivors to Colorado Springs, and I've been here ever since. I respect Daisy's determination to keep Colorado Springs safe, but I don't agree with her methods. They're too savage. Take the pillories, for example. The marshals shackle prisoners into them for the smallest of crimes and leave them exposed to the cold for hours. They lose fingers, and noses, and ears to frostbite, if they survive at all. What does that accomplish, other than cripple them and mark them as criminals for life? After that, how can they become good citizens? How are they to believe that the law is fair? It turns my stomach. Daisy tells me you've been tireless fighters for justice in Arizona, settling disputes, breaking up gangs and militias, putting down a plague of robots, and that you're here in Colorado for the most noble of reasons, to save your people back home after a terrible disaster. I hope she wasn't blowing smoke, because she made you sound just like the sort of heroes I want to work for. Great. So what do you think? Can I join you? Thank you. I'll be there as soon as I make my goodbyes here. Looking forward to working with you.
Extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods! Hey, you're the Rangers! Well, first time we met, I didn't know you were in town. Heard all about you now. Well, it's the only safe place we've got. Vegas is gone. The robots saw to that. Refugees say the East is dying too. Might still be a couple nations out there. Motor City Combine and Buckeye Republic. but they were at war last we heard. Colorado's the only safe place left, and we have the Patriarch to thank. That makes this town the best place in the world, near as I can tell, even if it isn't perfect. You bet!
Oh.
City's really humming again, huh?
It's great to see.
Just wish they'd rebuild my house.
Make sure you take care of that bike when you get to it.
That rust trap? Why?
Because this was Jimmy Longhaul's first car. When it gave up the ghost in the plane...
What now? Finally. Get started on those patients.
It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy. It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy. It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy. It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy.
Wouldn't stop. Why wouldn't they stop? It hurts. Please.
What now? Long as you don't mind if I keep working while we talk. Sure. Good luck.
It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy.
What are you doing? The occupants of Colorado Springs are under our protection.
It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy. It isn't bad, is it? Just flesh wound. Am I right? You should see the other guy. You closed my wound. I won't miss staring at my own guts. Thanks. Would have bled to death without you.
They wouldn't stop. Why wouldn't they stop? It hurts. Please.
My leg! You said it! Ugh, still hurts like a bitch, but maybe I'll actually walk again.
They wouldn't stop. Why wouldn't they stop? It hurts. Please. What's going on? Did you patch me up? It still hurts, but way less than it did. Thank you.
What now? Good. Thank you. One sec, though. I know I've asked a lot of you, and I'm grateful for what you've already done. But I need one more favor. You see this girl? She was shot in the head, but there's no exit wound. The bullet's still in there. I need to keep constant watch on her, and I need cleaner, safer facilities to do it. If you let me use the facilities at your HQ, I'll do anything. I'll work as your doctor. I'll fucking juggle for you, Rangers. I just need to save her. What do you say? Thank you. You've saved her life. And mine. Need anything before I get my stuff together? Of course. Let's have a look. Good luck.
Make sure you take care of that bike when you get to it.
What can I do for you? Yeah? Oh, that's Doc Parker. He needed a place to set up his clinic, and we had the space, so... Good thing, too. Those Dorseys hurt a lot of people with that little raid of theirs. We brought as many as we could in here, and the best in Colorado Springs, no lie. He was the Patriarch's personal physician for a while. Took care of all the hoity-toits in Broadmoor Heights, too. Kinda pissed us off at the time, actually. Nice Arapaho boy, taking care of the hemorrhoids of the 100 families and turning his back on his own people. Came home in the end, though. Remembered who he was and set up his clinic here. Been serving the working people of Colorado Springs ever since. Anything for your vehicle. Have a look.
Make sure you take care of that bike when you get to it.
That rust trap? Why?
Because this is Jimmy Longhaul's first car. When it gave up the ghost in the plains, he salvaged what he could, turned it into this monster you see before you. All because he couldn't bear to be separated from his machine. That's dedication for you.
Also to get out of the plains. Y'all forgot that part.
Practically speaking, sure. Ain't no reason a good machine can't make talking cars out of dead robots.
I hear a butt somewhere.
You heard right. I wouldn't do it. Not unless the robot in question asked me themselves. Because it's cruelty otherwise.
Let's hope you got another career plan. I give it another 3 months before Pesa leaves you in the dust.
And so what if she does? It just means I gotta work harder. Ain't no shame in that.
I'm gonna remind you that you said that. You ever hear of car gardens?
You mean where they grow these fine automobiles for our personal use?
Don't get cute.
Sorry.
Anyway, I didn't know they existed until my pa told me to go down to this old man's farm. He said he had a few cars we could take. What we didn't expect was 50 VWs in his garden, hanging around like shrubbery in a rich man's home. Damn waste of some good cars, but...
Should I call her?
Call who?
Oh, just this woman he's been in love with forever now. They met in the bazaar and she saved him from getting into trouble. But now he's too scared to do anything about it.
Whoa! Hey! Make sure you take care of that bike when you get to it.
Rangers, this is Daisy. Sounds like you're at the Little Vegas, judging by all that noise in the background. Remember, your first order of business is to find Delgado. Maybe somebody in there has seen him. While you're at it, if you can prove that Brago made a deal with the Dorseys, feel free to take that bastard down. Best of luck, Rangers. Daisy out.
Please, enjoy your time in our elegant establishment. We've got drinks, dancing, and games of chance. Pick your poison.
Gotta be Sex Dwarf. It bops so hard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Fuck me! Fuck me!
No more gambling for me. I learned
I wish
my
I could
lesson.
afford to drink like you. I'm stuck with Boris Light.
Look
You
what
know?
that cat dragged in.
love
These stairs lead to Mr. Brago's lounge. He said I should let you guys through. But don't even think about messing with that computer behind me. I got one job, and that's guarding that computer. And if you was to mess with it, well, that would be a very bad day for you, my friend. a very bad day. That is the computer that controls the ventilation system, and I have to guard it because it's broken, and there could be real trouble if anybody said it wrong. Big trouble if you set the fan to off and the heat to max, which isn't supposed to be possible, but right now it is. The furnace could catch fire and burn the whole place down, so I'm not leaving my post for anything. Well, maybe if a fight broke out I would, but nobody would be stupid enough to start a fight in Mr. Brygo's place. You're not gonna say I said any of this, are you?
Ugh, so gaudy.
Ranger!
So
Welcome to my club.
ostentatious.
Ah, Rangers, what a pleasure. I heard you were in town. It must be, 20 years since we crossed paths. Not that any of you would remember that, of course. You were probably just kids when Vargas and Angela Death and the rest helped me save Vegas. And I hear we have you to thank for Cassidy's fine clothiers being back in business. My capos and I thank you. If not for Cassidy's, we'd have to settle for second-rate suits from the bazaar. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm Farron Brygo. Welcome to Little Vegas. My recreation of the glories of the town we lost. Perfect, isn't it? I'm glad you think so. You should have seen it 5 years ago. Nothing here but the walls, and half of them were falling down. We really worked hard to get where it is today. But enough about me. How are things with the Rangers? Is General Vargas still in charge? I'd love to give him my regards. We owe him and his team a lot. Damn. I'd heard rumors, but... well, I'm not surprised that's the way he went out. A hero to the end. Thank you for telling me. I'll raise a glass in his honor tonight. Now, what can I do for you? Certainly. Ask away. What? I don't want those kind of connections. Murder in the streets is bad for business. If I were you, I'd be looking for someone with a grudge against a patriarch. Not exactly a short list, I know, but... I know Delgado, but I haven't seen him. If he came here, he didn't come to see me. What a shame. Nothing I like more than a good grilling. What else can I do for you? Ah, yes. Had that painted for my office back in Vegas. Before the robots came. Not a bad likeness, eh? Thank you, Rangers. That's very flattering. But really, it's not so much that I haven't aged, but more that the cares and woes of running Vegas back then made me old before my time. Since I've come to Colorado, I feel 20 years younger. Good luck.
I don't know what the boss is thinking running a straight joint. He's leaving money on the table.
Marshals would shut us down if we fixed the games.
Not with a kickback, they wouldn't. They ain't never said no to a piece of the action.
I don't know then. He must have his reasons.
I guess so.
Ah, it's you, Red Hats. I was wondering when you'd come to see Charlie Nose.
Farron Brago's capo, leader of men, hero of the Battle of Two Buttes, savior of St. Elmo, and friend to everyone worth knowing. Welcome to Little Vegas. Ah, a tactical masterstroke by yours truly. Imagine 2 round buttes with a narrow gorge between them. Got that picture in your mind? We lured our enemies into the gorge, then squeezed them from both sides, crushing them between the buttes. A real shitstorm, that's what it was.
I'm quite sure there was never a battle of 2 buttes, Mr. Nose. Sounds like a story you concocted while sitting in the outhouse.
Oh, you wouldn't say that if you'd been there. I'll never forget the groans, the plops of the fallen, the terrible smell. Not surprised you haven't heard of it. St. Elmo was lost to a fire years ago, sadly. But it was a thriving town before then. Thanks to old Charlie, yep.
Don't listen to a word old Charlie says, Rangers. He's the biggest bullshitter in Colorado Springs.
Says the biggest bullshitter in Colorado Springs. All those and more. I have plenty to tell you, Red Hats. All you need is working ears and an open heart. Charlie is a friend to all, and all know Charlie. So what can Charlie do for you? El Gato? What?
Come on, Charlie, you remember Delgado. Nice guy, family man, way too good for the trash in this place. No way you could miss him.
Oh, not like you, Marshall. You blend right in with the rest of us. Sorry, haven't seen him. Old Charlie would tell you if he had. I'm the floor boss. I make sure our guests are happy and entertained, and that they don't wander into the back rooms. I can? Did you mean, will you let us through? In that case, no. Jokes aside, Mr. Brago doesn't let anyone into the back without his explicit say-so. And we take Mr. Brago's instructions very seriously. If you want to go back there, talk to him, not me. Until next time, Red Hats.
Hey there. What do you need? Loose lips don't get you far in Mr. Brago's organization. So, sorry, chums. Don't know anybody by that name. Can't help you. This is the Little Vegas. A slice of paradise in a freezing shithole. Plenty of sins available for the picking. Just take a look around. Don't be strangers.
I love you, man. No, seriously. Alcohol's nice, but it's the company that makes this all worth it.
Enjoy the party, but stay out of the rooms behind the bar.
Shit! This DJ is amazing, and he's always here. Fuck! Like, totally. I went upstairs to get my shit out of the safe, but Boulder and his mercs took my pants and kicked me out before I could get it. No fucking way I'm dealing with that asshole again. But I need that stash or I'm dead. Can you help me? Not my drugs. Other people's. Well, mostly. I got deliveries to make. Rhino and Focus. 5 each. I owe a lot of money. I don't sell this shit and they'll kill me. In a safe?
upstairs in the private room. Here's the combination. Just watch out for Boulder.
Local 168, booyah!
What do you want?
Oh man, I love dancing in this place.
It's the best!
But I've heard a rumor that there's an exclusive secret dance party up at Aspen every year. For sure get friends.
I've never been to Aspen.
Local 168, booyah!
Wonder if 10 is working today.
Welcome to the Little Vegas brothel, friends. Oh, hey, Quan. Looking for a good time, I assume?
Sorry, Ken. Me and my friends are here on business today. Rangers, meet Kendall, Colorado Springs' finest purveyor of sins of the flesh.
That's my name, yes. Excuse me a moment.
You really shouldn't ask him about that. He had a misunderstanding with Mr. Brygo, and they cut off his junk. Smooth like a Ken doll. Get it? Makes him a great pimp, though.
Delgado. You know, that name sounds really familiar, but remembering is going to be hard work. The kind of work a man should be paid to do.
Kendall, you predictable son of a bitch.
I need serious cash. Any less, and it isn't worth the risk. Shit! I knew I should have asked for more. All right. Don't tell anyone I told you. But Delgado was sniffing around the club, asking too many questions about the Dorseys. Last I saw, Charlie Knowles was pulling him into the back rooms behind the bar.
God damn it. Now Daisy's gonna want Brygo dead, and she won't take no for an answer.
He was sniffing around the club, asking too many questions about the Dorseys. Charlie Knowles dragged him into the back rooms behind the bar. He's probably still back there, unless they killed him.
Rangers, you're not actually going to wreck...
Of course! Here at the Little Vegas brothel, we offer a royal flush of ladies and gentlemen of the evening. There's the lovely Ten of Hearts, the handsome Jack of Hearts, the imperious Queen of Hearts, the mighty King of Hearts, the unsurpassed Ace of Hearts, and, for those of you who like it weird and wild, there's the one and only Joker. So, pick a card, any card. Of course, but before we return to other topics, you need to know that if you do decide to indulge, you pay the escorts directly. Not me, okay? Now what else? Yeah, okay. Bye.
What are you runts doing in here? This is a private party. None of your fucking business.
Oh, they're mercs. Happened to be in town when the Dorseys attacked, so we paid them to help us out. Nice to see him putting the Patriarch's money to good use.
Ha! You mean shakes? You runts are running errands for a junkie? Get out of here. We're gonna sell that shit when we sell his pants. Oh, so you've got some cojones. Well,
If it's a fight you want, the local 168 are happy to oblige. Ha! You're right. Get out of here, you patty wastes. You ain't worth the glove leather. Phoebes.
Hey, remember how I blew that Dorsey's brains out? Still got some on my shoes. Local 168, booyah! Woo-hoo-hoo! 168! 168! Hey, remember how I blew that Dorsey's brains out? Still got some on my shoes.
Yeah, any luck? Do you have my 5 rhino and 5 focus? Thank you! You saved my life! It's just a little to even me out. That's all.
I love dancing in this place.
It's the best.
You stowed
But
away
I've
on
heard
an
a rumor
Arapaho
that there's an
convoy?
exclusive secret dance party up at Aspen every year. I'm for sure gonna get it.
Welcome back to Little Vegas, Rangers. Certainly. Ask away. Good information, you say. That's better information than I have, then. Nobody told me nothing. But I'm sorry. I can't let you go back there. My property, my rules. And if you try it without my permission, my capos will defend my property by all means necessary. Understand me? Good luck.
Brygo's in his lounge. You can go up.
You stowed away on an Arapaho convoy? Oh my god, tell me everything.
It was 168! 168!
Target You're testing me, Rangers. Harm a non-combatant in Colorado Springs, and I'm done with you. And the Patriarch will be too.
I love you, man. Let's get crunk!
Hey! Where do you think you're going? That's off limits without permission from Mr. Brygo, red hats. Hello again, red hats. Well, ain't you a clever seed of red hats? But let's not be rash here, yeah? Look, it wasn't Mr. Brygo who conspired with the Dorseys. He's not that stupid. But a little bird told me it was someone in our organization. I can give you a name. All you gotta do is prove this guy was acting on his own. Look for our man McTavish at the machine shop, near Pillory Square. I don't care what you do to him, but if you can come back and prove the rest of us weren't involved, I'm sure we can make a deal, yeah? Also, I didn't tell you this, Red Hats. Sure. First, head to Pillory Square. You know, where the marshals leave folks to freeze. Mac's place is southeast of the human popsicles. Usually has a paperboy shouting nearby. Find a way to prove Mr. Brygo wasn't mixed up in this Dorsey business, and we can make a deal. Yeah? Until next time, Red Hats.
Oh, man.
I love dancing in this place.
It's the best.
But I've heard a rumor that there's an exclusive secret dance party up at Aspen every year. I'm for sure gonna
Hello, Rangers? This is Gideon Reyes. I'm addressing you from Broadmoor Heights. The Patriarch has made it known that you are in need of logistical support. I can happily make a few calls, speak to a few people. In exchange, I'd like to ask that you hear me out on a proposition. It's not a thing I really do, this ransoming of aid, but these are unusual circumstances, and Colorado Springs' future hangs in the metaphorical balance. I wouldn't be asking for such an exchange if I wasn't desperate. I'll be at the church in Broadmoor Heights, and I'll tell the marshals to let you through. Come find me here.
Hey, did you ask your wife about your concerns about her?
I loved this job.
Did you just give me that? Murdered by Dorsey thugs. Weston family confirmed dead.
Ew, Troy. Those old people are...
It's okay, Brandy. I got this. Get lost, you perv douchebags. Before I... Wait a minute. You're old, right? Can you get us some beers? Stupid Mary Milkteeth won't sell us any. Too young, she says. Holy shit. Can you be any more lame?
Just... ew.
Lame. Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods!
By order of the Patriarch. Only authorized
My uncle, Gideon Reyes, wants to speak to the Rangers.
Oh, of course, Miss Wesson. Open it up, fellas.
Rangers hailed as heroes! Dorsey's flee the city!
What do you think they do with the bodies from the pillories?
Hostages murdered by Dorsey thugs! Weston family confirmed dead! Hey, Rangers! Looking for the latest news? You bet! Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods! Rangers hailed as heroes! Dorsey's flee the city!
Oh, Brandy.
Hostages murdered by Dorsey thugs. Weston family confirmed dead.
Hey.
If you Rangers ever need our help, we're with you.
Extra, extra, bloody shootout in Garden of the Gods! Rangers hailed as heroes, Dorseys flee the city!
Someone here and stop this thumping. Well, it's not so much a thumping as a throbbing. Kind of like a rawr, rawr. Oh, no. Actually, it's more like a rawr, rawr.
Ms. Wong, I have another call. If you can just hang on.
Oh, Brandy.
Hostages murdered by Dorsey thugs. Weston family confirmed dead.